The sun rose slowly over the endless grasslands of East Africa 4.3 million years ago, casting long golden shadows across the tall trees and rocky hills. In a small clearing near a river, a family of early human ancestors awoke to another dangerous day in a world ruled by survival. The family belonged to a species that walked partly upright, with strong arms for climbing trees and sharp instincts for avoiding predators. Kero, the father, carefully stepped out from beneath the shelter of branches where his family had slept during the night. His mate, Nira, held their young child close while listening to the distant cries of hunting animals echoing across the plains.
Stay close.
Every morning began
Something's
with
out
fear
there.
because danger surrounded them from every direction. Giant crocodiles waited near the rivers.
We must be quiet.
Saber-toothed cats stalked the grasslands, and packs of wild hyenas searched for weak prey. Yet the family understood that survival depended on staying together. Kero scanned the horizon while gripping a thick wooden branch that
Danger
he
is
used for
near.
protection.
Everyone stay
the family
close.
had learned to
I
communicate
will
through
protect you.
gestures,
Hold
sounds,
steady.
and expressions,
Quiet
warning
now.
each other
Follow
whenever
my
danger
signal.
approached. Nearby trees carried sweet fruit,
Stay close.
but reaching them meant
Trees
crossing
ahead.
open land where
I see
predators
them.
often hunted.
Careful.
Hunger pushed the family forward
Almost
despite
there.
the risks.
Quiet now.
As they moved carefully through the tall grass, Nira kept her eyes fixed on the
Stay
baby,
close, little one.
knowing that one careless moment could bring disaster.
I'm here.
The harsh
We're
world
safe.
around them offered no mercy,
The
but their
sun
bond as a
sets, we
family
must
gave them
find
strength.
shelter.
In a time
I know.
long before villages, tools, or fire, love and
family
cooperation
endures.
were their greatest weapons
Together,
against
we are
extinction.
strong.
As the heat of the afternoon
Stay
spread
close.
across the
The
plains,
pass is ahead.
Carol led his
The sun
family
is
toward a narrow
relentless.
forest near the riverbank,
Father,
where
I
food
see the gap.
could usually be found.
Patience.
The journey
We're
was
almost
dangerous
there.
because the open grasslands exposed them to hungry predators that hunted by sight and speed. Carol moved cautiously, stopping every few steps to listen for unusual sounds. Nira carried the child close against her chest while gathering berries and roots from the ground whenever she could. The young child, still too small to understand the dangers of the world, watched the colorful birds flying above the trees and reached toward them with curiosity. Suddenly, the peaceful sounds of insects and birds disappeared. Kero froze immediately. His sharp senses detected movement in the grass nearby. A large saber-toothed cat slowly emerged from behind a cluster of rocks, its yellow eyes locked onto the family. Fear spread through Nira's body, but she remained silent to avoid attracting more attention. Kero knew they could not outrun the predator on open ground. Instead, he pointed toward a nearby fig tree with strong branches. The family quickly climbed upward using their powerful arms and feet while the cat charged toward them with terrifying speed. The predator roared angrily beneath the tree, clawing at the bark and waiting patiently for weakness. Hours passed while the family remained trapped
Hold
above
on.
the ground. The
Just a
baby
bit longer.
cried softly from hunger,
baby
and
won't
exhaustion
stop
weakened their
crying.
grip on the branches. Kero
you,
searched
boss.
desperately for a way to protect his family.
Grab my
Breaking a
hand.
heavy branch in the tree, he shouted loudly and struck the trunk repeatedly. The noise echoed to the forest, finally causing the predator to retreat into the shadows. Though safe for the moment, the
It's
family
over now.
understood that every day of survival
We're safe
required
here.
courage, intelligence,
I'm so
and constant
tired.
unity. When evening arrived, dark clouds gathered over the ancient land, and strong winds swept across the plains with frightening force. Kero knew that storms often brought new dangers because heavy rain attracted predators seeking shelter
storm is
and
here. We
confused
must
smaller
reach the
animals
river.
searching for safety.
Careful,
The
ground
family
is
climbed
slick.
down from the tree carefully
I'm scared,
and continued
it's so
moving toward a
windy.
rocky hillside
Hold
where
on to
caves
each other.
provided temporary protection during harsh weather. Thunder shook the sky as lightning flashed across the horizon, illuminating the shapes of giant animals wandering through the rain. Nira held the child
Stay
tightly
close.
while trying to
The
keep pace
storm
with
is
Carol,
getting worse.
whose instincts guided them through the
mud is
dangerous
slowing
terrain.
us down.
Along the muddy path, they discovered fresh tracks left by a group of
We're
hyenas.
almost there.
The predators
Keep moving.
were nearby, and their powerful jaws could crush bones easily. Kero signaled for silence as the family hid behind large stones near the entrance of a shallow cave. Moments later, several hyenas appeared. In the distance, sniffing the ground while searching for food. Their eerie cries echoed through the stormy darkness, making the child tremble with fear. Carol gathered loose rocks and branches near. the cave entrance while Nira stayed close behind him. The storm grew stronger, sending rainwater rushing across the ground like small rivers. Suddenly, one of the hyenas spotted movement near the cave and rushed forward aggressively. Kero shouted loudly and threw stones toward the animal while striking the ground with his branch. Nira joined him, screaming to make the family appear larger and more dangerous. Confused by the noise and violent storm, the hyenas eventually backed away into the darkness. Exhausted but alive, the family huddled together inside the cave throughout the night. As rain poured outside, they found comfort in each other's presence.
I know.
Understanding that survival depended not only on strength, but also on trust, loyalty, and the determination to protect those they loved. The next morning brought clear skies and fresh sunlight, but the family's struggle for survival continued without rest.
The land is
Food
renewed.
supplies were running low after the long storm, and the child had become weak from hunger.
Stay close.
Kero knew they needed to reach the river valley where fruit trees and small animals could provide nourishment.
We must be careful.
However, the valley was also one of the most dangerous places in the region because many predators gathered there to drink water. Moving carefully through the forest, the family listened to every sound around them. Birds suddenly burst into the air from nearby bushes, warning Kero that something large was approaching. He quickly guided Nira and the child behind a fallen tree, just as a massive prehistoric elephant crossed the path. The enormous creature shook the ground beneath their feet, reminding the family how small and vulnerable they truly were. After waiting safely, they finally reached the river valley and began searching for food. Nira collected ripe fruit, while Kero used a sharpened stick to dig for roots hidden beneath the soil.
Good.
Nearby,
I'll dig for
he
roots
noticed
in the
a
bank.
wounded antelope trapped near the muddy edge of the river.
Loose.
Realizing this
roots.
might be
Almost there.
their only chance for a large meal, Kero cautiously approached the animal. But before he could reach it, a giant crocodile exploded from the water with terrifying speed, dragging the antelope beneath the surface. The violent struggle filled the air with splashing water and desperate cries. Kero immediately grabbed Nira and the child, pulling them away from the riverbank before the predator could attack again. The family escaped deeper into the forest with only a small amount of fruit and roots, yet they remained grateful to be alive. Every experience taught them new lessons about the brutal world around them. They learned to respect nature's power, to stay alert constantly, and to rely on one another during moments of fear and uncertainty. As weeks passed, the family continued their endless journey across the ancient landscape, adapting to the dangers that surrounded them every day. The child slowly grew stronger and began learning important survival skills by watching Kero and Nira carefully. He learned how to recognize predator tracks, climb trees quickly, and search for safe food among poisonous plants. Although their world remained harsh and unforgiving, the family's bond became stronger through every challenge they survived together. One evening, while resting near a group of acacia trees, Kero noticed smoke rising, far away beyond the hills. He did not understand its meaning, but deep inside him existed the early curiosity that would someday lead future humans toward discovery and progress. Around them, the sound of ancient Africa filled the night air, roaring lions, chirping insects, and distant thunder rolling across the plains. Nira held the child close while staring at the stars shining brightly above the dark world. In that quiet moment, despite all the fear and struggle they faced daily, the family experienced something deeply human: hope. They hoped for safety, for food, and for another sunrise together. Unknown to them, their survival carried enormous importance for the future of humanity itself. Generations later, countless descendants would inherit their courage, intelligence, and instinct to protect family above all else. The battles fought by this small family millions of years ago were not simply struggles against predators or hunger. They were the beginning of humanity's long journey, older than history itself. Even in a world without language, technology, or shelter, the power of family gave early humans the strength to